All right. Welcome to the wide, wonderful world of Rich Blye here at cmpradio.net, the voice of Chester.
Now, hold on. What's the title of your show?
The wonderful world of Rich Blye. I know I put that wide in there.
I know you always you throw me off, make me feel like I should but go ahead, do your thing.
I know, but I like that. I'm playing around with it still.
I get it.
I'm playing around with it though. But hold on, let's go. Because even though that this is Monday and it's men's mental health Mondays that we still talk about as far as men's mental health,
right.
We are about to come up and embark on something that is absolutely fascinating, not only for the city of Philadelphia, but the entire Delaware Valley, including Chester, because it's the return of your world champion Philadelphia Eagles back at home with their banner raising ceremony against our naturally conference and natural foes, the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
Okay, as far as them being in our division. Now, as you can see, I am a 100% Eagles fan.
Yes.
Since 1967.
67.
Yes, sir. Since 1967, the year I was born. That's the only way to do it, baby. Listen, I don't
of losing.
Listen, I'll take all of that. I'll take all of that. Adversity builds character, bro. That's the whole difference between us and all of you fly-by-night fans that looking for that quick microwavable wins that you get with these little quick microwavable teams with all of these quick microwavable stars that don't do anything. Character builds through adversity and through the loss. See, if you count your losses, you'll know how to count your wins, all right? So we know that we've had a losing season for over 50 some odd years.
Yes.
We know that,
yes.
Okay? But now, the greatest predictor of future failure is success. So we've had the failures to move into the success part. Hello. Welcome again to the wonderful world of Rich Blye, where we're talking about the world champion Philadelphia Eagles that is playing this Thursday at 8:20 here at the Link in Philadelphia.
Let's go.
Okay? And it's against the Dallas Cowboys.
It is.
We open up against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, as you can see on my table here, let me push this out a little bit.
Right.
You can see that. You see that I have the name of the Cowboys spelled out in marshmallows.
Right.
Okay? Because, as we all know, Mr. Parsons has decided to take his business elsewhere to the friendly confines of Green Bay because Jerry Jones, may he live forever, is an idiot. And we want to. Yes, he is. He's absolutely
my best friend.
Listen,
I love the way.
Listen,
he thinks.
I love stupid people just as much as I love smart people, bro. He's actually one of the dumbest people ever, bro. Listen, this is not the Herschel Walker situation where he came into it and made that deal. That was a great deal that he made. That was luck of the draw. But again, the type of talent that he got back in the 90s is not the type of talent that's on display now. It's a lot of hoopla. You see all of the hoopla with all of these college players that come out and they're supposed to be number one. Sorry, Archie Manning, you just did not cut the mustard. Even though it was only a 7-point loss, the hype around you too. This is what I'm trying to say. Stop hyping up these people that have not shown any type of consistency towards a championship yet.
But you know why they do that?
Yes, because they have to have the great white hype.
Not just that.
Yes, sir. No. Yes, sir.
Get that.
Yes, sir.
That plays a part.
Yes, sir.
Right, but we give too much credit to the individual athlete in a team sport situation.
Okay, and why is that?
Because we're looking to uphold one person.
And
right?
and why is that? Because the NFL, and this is their own fault, have built the reputation on idolizing certain individual superstars. And let's use Prime, for example. Prime built his whole foundation. I can't hate on nothing that Prime did during that time.
Right.
He caught lightning in a bottle. Yep. He was the first real first athlete to market himself.
Yes, he was.
Market himself as a name.
Yes.
To back up his talk.
Right.
Okay. He backed up his talk.
Did he ever?
All right.
Two-sport athlete.
Baseball
and football.
Just like Bo Jackson.
Just like Bo.
Okay. Hey, listen. Just like Ken. Ken Griffey. What he played baseball.
He played baseball.
Just baseball. Okay. Right. But here's my thing, though. Here's my thing. When you have an individual that can meet the challenge, okay, that can live up to all of the hype, then yes, the NFL promoted that. Now you have a whole bunch of young superstars trying to live up to the past hype that the NFL promoted. Coupled with the fact that you're now paying college athletes to play football.
It ain't free no more.
Okay. Coupled with the fact that, I'm sorry, OG Bobby, I'm going to talk about it. When these kids are playing at the lower levels, we're hyping them up past their some of their talent. So yes. Some past, and I'm not talking about specifics. I'm talking about in general. So don't get mad because I'm not talking about your kid. If I didn't name your kid, don't come at me. I'm gonna say this.
Should we all though be excited for our children playing
We should
football?
Be excited, but see, let me say
basketball,
something.
soccer,
Let me
baseball.
say something about these kids, bro.
Go ahead.
Okay. While we are all fascinated with their skills and their talent, your kid is only special to you. Okay?
Damn.
Your kid is only special to you. What you market is for you and your kid. While you produce is for you and your kid. But if your kid is playing on a team sport, your kid is part of the team.
Yes,
period. Okay. Now, what you do outside of that to market your kid, your special talents, what they do as an individual, as part of the team sport, then yes, you can do that. Right. But don't sit up here and try to market and say your kid was the whole team. Because your kid ain't blocked by himself. Right. He damn sure didn't throw to himself. Right. He damn sure didn't cut without somebody coming in and making sure that cross block didn't come and get you on that slant. That defensive line held for you to be able to run through that hole.
Come on.
All right. So let's talk about it because I've been seeing a lot lately where it's a lot of professional athletes talking about that, hey, the success of championships teams like the Philadelphia Eagles, I can absolutely agree with, but look at the attitude of the championship. Look at the attitude of the team dynamic. Look at the attitude of the coaching. Look at the attitude of the ownership. Look at the accountability that comes into building championship teams. If you want to pattern something and start talking about the dynamics of what we're doing as far as building youth sports in order to make them into champions at this level, you have to mirror the success of others and not think that the way that you're doing it is the best way. Or, as I've been seeing and hearing, you got a lot of kids that come out there and practice who may not have as much of the potential or skill or talent as those who don't come to practice but get put into the game.
You saying there's kids that don't practice and get put into the game?
Oh, absolutely, man.
There's a reason why.
No, listen, I'm gonna say this. My youngest son,
right,
played for the Overbrook Monarchs when they had to absolutely build a whole new division for these kids to play in.
Right.
Okay, because you know how it is that birth dates, conflict with weight levels and stuff like that. So it was the first year for them doing it. So as a football dad, we were instrumental in guiding these kids to understand that, hey, you may not win. That there's a whole lot of kids that have had experience and that they're going to probably whoop you, but this is going to, absolutely make you a better football player coming into next year.
Build you up.
Okay?
Right.
Man, my son's team was back-to-back unscored upon champions.
Right.
And you know what that was from? That was from parents believing in the kids, not overhyping their talent. We had some hype talent on both of those squads. Yep. We had some hype talent on both of those squads, but we kept them grounded.
Right.
Okay, my son played cornerback and running back, and trust me when I say he played cornerback, he played quarterback. He put them stick hits on you, and when he played running back, you could not catch him.
Right.
And like I said, at that time they were back-to-back champions, unscored upon. That means nobody scored a point. What's the difference between talent? And what's the difference between having children believe in themselves enough to rise up to a level that they think that they can't reach? That was the difference. I say what I see in kids, that if you instill that confidence in them, maybe that talented kid, he can come in and do all the fantastic things and get the oohs and ahs from the crowd. But if you don't give that kid who's coming to practice, who's studying the playbook, who's listening to the coach, who has the right attitude, you're destroying maybe a late bloomer. You're destroying someone who has a positive attitude that's looking up to the coach and saying, hey, fair is fair. Fair is fair. I understand that you want to win these games. Everybody wants to win. Nobody wants to lose.
Nobody.
But I'm going to say this very gently. You guys are fools if you don't put these kids in and give them 1 or 2 reps to build that confidence and let them get a taste of it. So even if they fail on a block, even if they fail on an assignment, that they can learn from it.
Who do you think is to blame for this?
Who I think is to blame for it?
Because listen, the coaches had to learn how to coach from somebody. And if the only reason you play the game is to win, isn't that where that came from? You put your best
then
players.
You can't. Then if the only reason for you to play this game is to win, are the coaches playing?
No.
Okay.
They fight though. Oh, they fight.
Listen, I see. But are the coaches playing?
No, they're not.
No. Do the coaches remember how it used to be when they were kids?
Yeah,
do they remember? Do they remember that feeling?
It was the same way.
Huh?
Same way.
So you're going to repeat the same mistakes that happened to you?
That's what we do, though. We understand this. Whatever trauma you experienced as a kid, you give it off as an adult again.
Listen, I want to say this. And I mean this very gently. There's a lot of Eagles players that started off not getting good looks.
Right.
There's a lot of Eagles players that came in undrafted. There's a lot of Eagles players that in the history of this team that have not been the number one guy or the number one person. And I just say this. If you don't give anybody an opportunity to show you what they got, you're going to miss out big time. I mean, let's look at Braun.
Okay, Zach.
Okay, let's look at him.
All right.
Nobody thought nothing of this guy.
His teammates said the teammates from New Orleans said he was a liquor. They said, listen, we knew he had that in him.
They knew he had it in him.
The team just didn't give him that spot.
Right. Hold on. So here we go. These are assessments by qualified individuals, players and coaches.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
These are assessments by qualified individuals. I can't sit up here and say they're not qualified because they have time in, they've studied, they went to school for it, they've worked for different organizations, they know schemes. So I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Right.
But obviously there's a personal assessment that is lacking when it comes to different individuals with their play. Maybe you don't like the way they talk. You don't like their beard. You don't like the color of their skin. You don't like the color of their shoes. You don't like this. You don't like that. You don't like this, blah, blah, blah. And these individuals wind up flying underneath the radar because why? Personality conflicts. I don't like the mom. I don't like the dad. Come on now.
I know you're going back to
to young boys. So here's the thing. Again, I've always felt as a football dad that if you show up late for practice,
you run laps.
You not just run laps,
and
you don't start.
You get diminished time.
Yeah, you don't start. You don't start.
Right.
You don't start.
Right.
You don't start. You set an example with your star player.
When they're younger, yeah.
If your star player thinks that he's the end-all and be-all of the team, we see what that happens even on a professional level.
Especially on a professional level.
Okay? That's a cancer.
Boy.
So are we creating championships with our youth?
No.
Are we creating champion situations with just winning? Or are we creating champions that go on later in life because they had the experience of working in a team effort, doing a physical sport that they come out there? Excuse me, aren't the fees the same for every parent?
Everybody is.
Aren't they paying like upwards of $150, $200 for equipment, blah, blah, blah?
Boy.
Okay, a little bit more than that.
Boy.
So how is it that a coach that says, I'm going to have your kid on the team, I'm going to put him through sprints, I'm going to put him through these drills, I'm going to put him in and show you how to put your pads on right and teach him all this responsibility of equipment, but then never play him?
Not to get the money. You just said it was $200.
That's fraud.
It's not fraud.
Yeah, it is.
They put the jersey on.
No, that's fraud. That's fraud.
They came to
practice.
Fraud.
They said, does your kid want to play?
Right.
They say, does your kid want to? No. That's practice and play, two different words. Practice is not playing.
All right, when we get up by 30, I put him in. That's how people feel. But I understand exactly what you're saying, Rich. I get it. I'm just giving you the other side. I'm just being a devil's advocate.
Yeah,
I'm not against you because I believe that when we instill these qualities into our children, it creates a better environment for everyone, right? When we teach our children how to be on a team, what being on a football team represents to me is teamwork, understanding that you do your job. When you grow up and become an adult, even if you make it and you play football, you still have to do your job. If you don't play football and you're in regular life, you still have to do your job and be a part of a team. You know how to communicate, how to talk, how to help people, how to help your friends when they can't do something, how to help your friends when they're hurt. All of this is learned in youth football, basketball, baseball, soccer, and all the other sports. It should be pushed, but it's not, because we have people that just want the championships. We have people that just want the bragging rights. And when you look at it that way, then you understand why it's skewed.
Right. But once again, this is where I stand solidly with this. You are doing more than just winning championships. You are doing more than just winning games and providing excitement. Bro. You are instilling confidence. Bro. Okay? Yes. You are instilling esteem.
Yes.
You are instilling purpose. Mm-hmm. You are showing that through teamwork, anything is achievable, and you're also showing faith in your brother, faith in an adult who has trust in you. So when I see all of that, I understand the physical aspect. I understand the glitz and the glam, but you destroy all of that when you try to insert all of that into a child through practice, and that child shows up on time faithfully. You mean to tell me that you can't start that kid out on play 1? And then put him back in there on play 5?
No. I'm focused on winning. I have to win. This is bragging. Again, we're talking about older men who are maybe, people say they're living their second childhood.
They are.
Right? And sometimes you got to put yourself under a microscope and look at yourself. When I tell people to look in the mirror, bro, I don't just be talking about how you operate. I'm talking about how your life works, period. Bro. You feel me? Are you looking at yourself as a man, not a kid, as a man? You're trying to help the children grow and understand that life is not always fair, but it's perfect, right? Just the way it is. I
do not understand people living vicariously through the life of a child. I don't get with that program, bro. And the reason why I say that is because I believe that everyone at some point in time has had an opportunity to do well for themselves in their youth.
Yes.
I believe that there was a point in time in everybody's life where they've had an opportunity to make a choice for themselves and excel and do well. Maybe not to the next level, maybe not to the collegiate level, maybe not to, the pro level, but well enough to be, remembered for the skill set that you have. And I've met a couple people from Chester that have gone to the collegiate level from the high school level, gone to the collegiate level, have played in the semi-pros and everything like that. Shout out to my man, Swade Wade, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's somebody that I can say, hey, that effort and that hard work and that attitude and that commitment, that was there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that share that sentiment, I believe. But my problem, and like I said, this is my opinion, is that I think that we're focused so much on winning that we're not absolutely looking at how this affects a child who may not have a lot of esteem but wants to play, that has the heart to play, that has the courage to play, and maybe the intelligence to play, but maybe lack the physical skill for whatever reason. I'm always thinking about that mom down in Louisiana, like right before COVID. She was in like her work attire, like she was in a whole dress. And her son, came home complaining about the fact that he's not starting and he's just as good, But she realized that he wasn't using and employing his skills to get down into his stances. And this woman went out there in her work uniform and was getting on the ground to show her son how you supposed to be set up. The mom coming home from work to show her son how to get in your stance so you can be a better player. That's the point that what I'm talking about is that from that point, if a coach saw that video, that coach would know, hey, this kid's ready to run through a brick wall. All they got to do is develop that. Those kids that show up on time and they're paying attention, those are the ones that'll run through a brick wall for you. If you cultivate that, you have a better team. I promise you.
You do.
You have a better team. Your talented kids, don't get me wrong. They don't need, I know they need, you need to stroke their ego, but they don't need much motivation. All they need is the ball. They know what they need. Give me the ball. I got this. I got this, coach. Give me the ball. You give them the ball, they're happy. They don't need much motivation. Their peers are going to, shower them with flowers. Hey, you know what I mean? That's the star of the team, blah, blah, blah. So you don't need much motivation for that person. You know what I mean? Take a lot of that energy off of that star and put it on those that need it. Listen, that kid is not going to suffer for nothing, because let me tell you something. Once you put him in the game, he scored 2 touchdowns. The whole stadium's for him.
But do you think that these coaches, right, I'm not saying they need it, but do they go to like a coaching seminar, right, where they teach them? I know they taught them how to tackle when they was worried about the concussions in the head and all that. But do they go to coaching seminars to build up, children's, momentum or whatever they would build up in that? I know
that some leagues have those type of seminars and have those type of events where they meet and they talk about the rules of the league and they talk about updates and stuff like that. As far as
or have criteria to say, all right, you got the head coach, you have the defensive coach, you got the offensive coach, then you have the player personnel coach, the person that's on the bench talking to the kids and motivating the kids and getting the kids right, because the head coach can't do all of that.
Right. I like I said, I've been a part of organizations firsthand, and some that I've seen, work all across Delco, where a lot of these coaches have that structure.
Right.
And it's only because they've been in these leagues for a long time. Yeah. You know what I mean? So they understand the dynamic, and when they teach down,
you got the team moms.
Yeah,
so my son played football. He played football for the Chester Township Cougars, right?
Right.
He loved football. He wanted to play football, so he played. He went out there, and instantaneously they gave him a nickname, Batman. So he was running around doing all that stuff, having fun on the field. He got cracked one time, and kind of like me, it was like, oh, no, I'm done.
Right.
You feel me? But no, you got to keep trying, right? You got to keep going, right? I wanted him to play the next season, but he got a concussion, right? So I kind of held him back from the football, you feel me, and focused him on the basketball. Then he tore his ankle up the next year playing basketball. So I was like, you feel me? But you see him. You feel me? Like, he's a good kid, right? From those experiences, he built relationships with people, right? He built, and he understands that, right?
Yes.
He's a relationship builder. He doesn't have a problem with coming in. He came in, he'll shake your hand from the rip, look you in the eyes, say his name, all that stuff that a man is supposed to do. I made sure he has that, so he can go out there and talk to anybody. But I think with a lot of the children today, I was on that staff. Right, I was able to talk to the kids, and that's kind of why I kind of switched up, because I noticed my son growing.
Right,
I saw other kids, and I had an incident with a parent where a parent said something crazy, and I was like, I got twitchy. You feel me? And when I get twitchy, you feel me? I said, whatever, you're right, you got it. I'm not.
Well, see, again, I think that a lot of times, if you have a football parent, it's good for them to also be professional. Or come from a professional setting that understand that these are children. Because I knew, for me as a football parent, I didn't talk to every kid the way I talked to my child. I was careful with the way that I spoke to somebody else's child, because I realized that everyone's not going to understand the type of critique that you would give somebody else's child. people fall on the first word that they hear that they may not like.
Yes.
So, and especially with like football moms, they're very mother hen. They're very protective, and rightfully so. Moms, I'm not tearing you down. Shout out to all football moms, because those orange slices and those peaches and those juices and those snacks and that ice and that first aid and that spirit of caring and compassion and empathy that you football moms bring is absolutely essential, because they're dealing with coaches with a lot of testosterone and rah. Right. So it has to be a balance. So yes, shout out to football moms. I would never come at a football mom. I'm dead serious, because I see the tremendous amount of work that they put in organization.
You don't think the dads do the same thing?
I see the tremendous amount of work that I see in football moms as far as organizations. Don't get me wrong. And you know me. I'm pro male about a lot of stuff. I'm pro male about a lot of stuff. But I'm gonna say this about football moms in sports. There's nothing like a football sports mom when it comes to organization, when it comes to the cheerleading side, when it comes to the pep squad, when it comes to the fundraising side of it. Oh my God, these football moms really, really go all out and find interesting ways and ideas to keep these kids interested, because that's what they provide. They can't be the coach, even though they give some good advice on the sidelines from what they see. And trust me, women follow a lot of football. But what they do is they provide a balance with these coaches that may have to, coach your son up a little bit. You know what I mean? That has to find that testosterone level to bring your son, to a level of,
Now, when you think about that balance, isn't that also something that should be in a family dynamic?
Not really.
Balance?
Not really.
Like the man is in charge of this and the woman, but no.
Not really, because we have to also realize that we live in a dynamic where there are a lot of single parents home, not just moms, but we have single parent homes where that dynamic is not there.
But you should reach out to other people, right?
So if that dynamic is not there,
we're a team, right?
So
when I need you, I call you.
Absolutely.
I lean on you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I think that what happens is that because it may not be there in the home, a mom who recognizes the fact that that son may need that type of commitment from a male figure with some type of limited authority that can teach them and help them with their skill level, that can give them a boost of confidence from a male aspect. They're more than willing to be more susceptible to that type of criticism on a sports-related level.
Okay.
You know what I mean? As opposed to you coming in and saying, hey, your kid's a wimp. You know what I mean? What's wrong with it? He ain't got no uncles or anything like that. That type of crassness just doesn't work. But if you say, hey, look here, your kid, you know what I mean? I just saw him run down the street, and I think that he's pretty quick. Can he catch a ball? If you take a chance and just say, hey, I got a football real quick. Let me see if you can catch this. And then encourage that child, encourage these children to participate in ways where they may not be good right now. We've seen this a lot in sports. A child may not be good at 5, but give them 2 years to see what happens at 7. Or a child may not be great at 7, but see what happens with them at 11. We've seen children that go through growth spurts.
Yes.
Over a summer where they were like maybe 5'10", next thing you know, they shot to like 6'1".
Right.
But where is the cultivation of that experience of having esteem so that way, if they're not as good as they are at age 7, that they'll think about it at age 11.
I think that's kind of where we drop the ball as a community, because there are spots where we drop the ball where we're not motivating enough.
Right.
We're not teaching enough. We're not showing enough. We're not loving enough, right? Because we want to highlight the superstar, right? The kids that are good at basketball.
And again, there's nothing wrong with highlighting a superstar. There's nothing wrong with that competitiveness of highlighting that superstar. Right. Again, but look,
you can grow one too.
But yes, because let's look at our local sports team.
Yep.
How we cultivated championships, not just with the deals with Howie. It was an attitude.
Who do you think is responsible for that attitude?
I believe that it starts with a coach first. Number one, listen. Leadership starts at the top.
You don't think so?
Yes.
You don't think it's inside the team?
No.
You don't think it's inside of one player?
No.
I think it is.
No, I think that the players already have it.
Right.
But again, the head coach is the focal point for the integrity and the attitude of the team.
So, I love Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And I love him because not only is he a great football player, but he has a great football mind.
Yep.
And I think what they're doing right now, I've always said it, since the Javon curse. You feel me? Like since back then. That was 2005?
Right.
Yeah. We need players from the SEC. We need to start drafting players from
Absolutely.
the SEC. I need the jokers with the gold in their mouth.
Absolutely.
Bro. You feel me? And that was always my kick, right? And
we need those piranhas. We need
right,
those barracudas.
Right. And we could get some players from the Big Ten and mix them in together, right? But those are the two conferences that I want to draft from, and then look into other smaller conferences. But when Jalen Hurts came here, he had a different attitude from the time he took over as quarterback, right? And that's the attitude that he has remained in since, right?
Yes.
He was here before Sirianni was here. Now, I'm not saying Nick Sirianni is a bad coach.
Right.
What I'm saying is Nick Sirianni is able to extend his wish list a little more because he has a certain nucleus locked down with Jalen and his attitude. And people want to sit with Jalen. People want to be next to Jalen. Look, he's a winner, bro.
Right.
It's proven.
So hold on.
Go ahead.
So before Sirianni got here, who was the
Who was the coach?
Who was the starting quarterback?
Who was the starting quarterback?
It was Wentz, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
It was Wentz.
Yeah.
So Wentz was the leader, face of the franchise team.
Yeah, but the team didn't like him.
So again, hold on. Watch this.
All right.
So who's responsible for maintaining the composure? Who's responsible for the overall environment? Who's responsible for making sure that there is cohesiveness, even if you don't like your team captain? Who's responsible for making sure that that hierarchy of respect has remained?
The head coach.
The head coach. Okay,
Right.
so everything comes back. So
Yeah,
hold,
but we
so let's get
ahead,
so
go ahead, go
watch this.
Go ahead.
Jalen Hurts had a quiet leadership. He didn't have to say much.
He goes out and he works.
Yeah, he didn't have to say much.
Just watch me do
He
what
just
I do.
listen. He let his work speak for himself
Right.
and the leadership.
Right.
So as a leader, it's not always what you say.
Right. It's what you do.
It's what you do.
It'll always be what you
It'll
do.
always be what you do.
Even when no one is fucking watching.
And especially when people are watching.
Integrity.
That integrity. So again, a coach is supposed to recognize every positive aspect of the environment that he's in charge of and cultivate that in a positive way that produces successful results.
Right. So, as a head coach that's focused on offense, Doug Peterson, I liked when they hired Doug Peterson because I said that's right off the Andy Reid tree. You feel me? Like, I didn't want Andy Reid to be fired. I felt like Andy Reid just suffered the loss of his son. It was hard for him to get back into coaching right away, right? I just watched The Kingdom the other night, too.
Right.
We're talking about the Chiefs, right?
Right.
And how that affected him. But then you understand that when Andy Reid got hired by the Chiefs, they were also dealing with the same thing.
Right.
Had a player come there, commit suicide. So a lot of players were grieving, right? So that was a good cohesion for them.
Right.
I think Philly just wanted a new, and then we went to Chip Kelly. We didn't go right to Andy Reid.
Well,
right?
see, again, and this is personal assessment. When you have people, again, Philadelphia has always had a reputation for having horrible ownership.
True.
The Leonard Toes and the Bramans and everything like that. And I think that at the beginning, and this is just a personal opinion, no knock against Jeffrey Lurie, I think that Jeffrey Lurie at first probably looked at this as an investment to his portfolio.
You think so?
I think so, yeah. Because at the beginning, you're talking about the hiring of Chip Kelly, that was like absolutely the worst coaching hirings since Rich Kotite. Chip Kelly, bro.
Yeah, he wasn't doing the damn thing in Oregon. He was winning in Oregon.
They figured him out in under a year.
They figured him because he allowed them to figure
No,
him
it's not he allowed them. He didn't have anything else.
Speed.
And he ran. And what happened? He ran Deshaun Jackson the hell out of here.
Yeah, because they didn't.
He ran Michael Vick the hell on out of here.
They didn't want to agree.
Okay.
Doing his job. He wanted his players to do his job.
Right. Again. The team has a personality.
I think he's a good college coach, not in the NFL, because people are getting paid.
I think he was good for Oregon, and that's it.
He's good in Ohio. Didn't they just win? Didn't they just beat Texas?
Is he the head coach there?
Is he the offensive coordinator?
Is he the head coach there?
Pause. Is he the offensive coordinator?
Man, look here.
There you go. You don't want to give a nigga a seat. That's the problem.
They only scored 14 points. Ohio State should have routed them, bro.
Texas has a tough defense.
Let's get the hell out of here. Ohio. Listen.
Your safety, your starting safety comes from Texas. Texas has a tough defense, bro. Makuba. Right. There you go. Go ahead. Say what you got to say. Texas has a tough defense. They still won.
Listen.
They won. They scored 14 points. They won.
They scored 14 points. They scored 14 points. It was a great defensive stand. It was a great defensive stand by great defensive game by Texas.
Yes.
But again, the head coach sets the tone.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay,
that. Yeah.
So like you said, Sirianni wasn't there when Jalen first got there.
Right.
Okay. Doug Peterson was there.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, I love Dougie P.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dougie P is a great offensive mind.
I wouldn't mind him staying.
Okay, I wouldn't mind him staying as like quarterback coach or no.
Why not?
Because after a certain point, again, there are certain coaches that can only catch lightning in the bottle once. And Doug Peterson happened to be one of those people.
Oh shit.
He caught lightning in the bottle once.
Oh shit.
And it hasn't happened any other place that he's gone.
That doesn't typically happen.
It happened with Andy Reid.
Andy Reid
got the Eagles to what? How many Super Bowls?
Two. One.
Okay.
One.
All right. But how many playoffs?
Every year.
Every year, right?
Right.
Okay. Leaves us, goes to Kansas City, does what?
Wins because the ownership wanted
wins.
This
wins.
is Lamar Hunt's Kansas City Chiefs.
I get that.
We want to win.
And Lamar Hunt's Kansas City Chiefs have been competitors in the playoffs and have sucked through the playoffs.
Yes.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
When you got a team that's already going to the playoffs,
right,
all you got to do is ride the championship. You don't spoil up the mix if you already got a team that knows how to win during the regular season.
Andy Reid took what he learned here.
Yeah, and took it right over there.
I need a quarterback that is not scared to throw or run the ball. I need a playmaker out there. And when they drafted Pat Mahomes, it was over. Like, that was a perfect playmaker right there. They had Alex Smith.
Yep. But Alex Smith,
he couldn't get him over.
He couldn't get him over.
So players, you can see when a player
he wasn't as mobile.
Be elevated.
He wasn't as mobile.
He tried to be elevated. He tried to be mobile in Washington, broke his leg.
And broke it. Listen,
that was crazy.
That was a crazy game.
That was worse than Joe
Theismann. I was about to say that was worse than Joe Theismann, bro.
That's when a linebacker was a linebacker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I want to see some broken bones out on that football field. That's what football was about. Now you can't even touch them.
No, you can't. You can't even talk about that. But again,
getting paid millions of dollars
to build a winner and to have the success that we've seen from this past season started off with a head coach getting the assignment, and that was listening to the fan base. Listen, if you are a Philadelphia Eagles fan,
how long have we been asking for them to run the ball? Every season.
Every season.
Every season.
Every season.
Every season.
Every season.
Every season we do that.
Every time I think
I called WIP.
And
said run the ball.
Yeah.
This was like 5 years, 6 years ago. Run the ball. That's all you got to do. You run the ball, that opens up the pass. Why you trying to pass the ball all them times?
Because again, people are so used to and I'm gonna say this: the Patrick Mahomes syndrome, the Tom Brady syndrome, where you want to see that ball in the air and that receiver.
Brady wasn't doing that. The season they went undefeated, they lost the Super Bowl.
Of course,
they had Randy Moss.
Of course. Of course.
Defense. It was all about defense.
Of course.
Tom Brady usually won a Super Bowl by 3 points.
Of course.
Come on, man.
Right. But everybody wants to see that long ball. Everybody wants to see that ball, that long pass, and those strides across the field. Yeah. Nobody understands the power of a run.
Boy.
Nobody understands that when you're down in the trenches, how you're going to break somebody's spirit. Where you're going to sit up here and take somebody's heart. When you're helmet to helmet and you can smell the breath of your opponent and you can see the pupils that dilate, and when you see the knuckles, trust me, bro. This is a sport that I absolutely love. When you know you're going to get crunched, you know you're going to get crunched, and you ready inside of your mind to absorb that hit, so you can get right back up and say, "Here I come." That's what it's worth. And like a lot of people don't understand it because if you haven't played the game, if you're not a student of the game, if you're not a real sports person of the game, you say, "Oh, listen, it's more mental than physical."
It is.
Okay?
It is.
If you don't have inside of your mind to have the heart of a champion,
to play it,
you've already failed.
Already. And that's any sport, though.
That's life.
That's not just in football, but
that's
football
life.
Is real, bro.
It's real, but here in this sports era where we want individuals to enjoy the entertainment that comes from that, we want people to buy into the product line and all the other good stuff. I'm gonna tell you, with Philadelphia, is that they didn't have the common sense to know that we appreciate the toughness of the game until Sirianni unfortunately got hit walking out of the stadium. And I think that was the turning point from him, right? Is that realizing that Philadelphia is a whole different animal when it comes to our sports, especially the Eagles. Okay, we don't want to hear none of that excuse BS that we've heard it all. We've heard every excuse. We've heard every friggin' excuse.
Just do what we ask you to do.
We want you to run the ball.
Run it.
We want you to play defense. We want some solid linebackers. We need quality cornerbacks that are going to be able to cover, okay? We need a strong safety that mirrors or has the ferocity of Brian Dawkins, okay?
Weapon X.
Okay? We want that. We want concrete Charlie type players like Lane Johnson. You know what I mean? We want those type of aspects in our football team, so when we go out and play anybody, especially these Dallas Cowboys, is that they know that the Philadelphia Eagles embodies the spirit of its fans.
Yes, we do.
Okay? There is no such thing of having this Eagles team without having its fans. If you didn't grow up during the vet, if you didn't grow up and understand the 700 level, then you don't understand what it is to be an Eagles fan.
So last show you had a shirt on that said the vet.
Oh, yeah.
And I was watching it. I was watching the show while you were talking. I was like, damn, I went to the vet. My uncle, and I had my uncle stop by Saturday to bring me some pictures. And we sat here, and I said, "Uncle, you took me to the vet. You the only person. You feel me? So when I say I love you, bro, I really love you because you took time to be next to me. You took time to build me up, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now, because I witnessed you do everything that you've done, bro. So thank you, man.
Right.
I love you." He was like, "Man, that means a lot."
Yeah.
You feel me? Because I ain't even think you remember. Boy, it was cold as shit.
Let me tell you something.
You think I ain't gonna remember that?
The nostalgia of, and I think a lot of people don't understand, with Philadelphia when it comes to the old sports stadiums that we had, like the Palestra, like the Veterans Stadium, and
man, RFK, right?
RFK was down in Washington. RFK. Yeah. RFK.
Right.
The old Spectrum.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of history of a lot of sports moments that happened in these stadiums.
I remember Barkley spit on that little girl. I was at that game. I was young. My uncle took me to that game, bro.
I'm going to tell you, if you got into a rumble in the 700 level, it was on the Jumbotron. That and I'm gonna tell you, we're the city where they told us that we couldn't bring in sandwiches,
right?
And we bring in 7-foot hoagies.
Right.
The 700. The folks that were the season ticket holders for the 700 level are now the suite holders at the link.
Right.
Okay? These are the people that literally built the sports franchise. The old South Philly natives that live in Delco now or live in South Jersey and North Jersey and everything like that. These are the diehard family members that sank money into the losing seasons. No matter what, they still sank money into it because that's a fierce loyalty. A fierce loyalty. I know a lot of people are fans of their team and they have a fierce loyalty. Green Bay Packers, one of the best fan bases in the world. Okay, Tampa Bay, one of the best fan bases in the world.
When you go to a Tampa Bay Eagles game,
no,
nothing but Eagles fans.
Yeah, because they sell their tickets because they smart.
I'm
telling you, when Tom Brady was playing though, you couldn't buy a ticket, bro.
I bet
you could not buy a ticket. Now when Vinny Testaverde was playing, you could buy a ticket.
You get all the tickets you want.
You can do what you want. Baker Mayfield, you can buy a ticket. You know what I mean?
Baker's pretty good though.
But that's why we still fill out their stadium because somebody's selling them tickets.
Yeah, Baker been good though. I always.
Listen, I know he's good, but again, Baker Mayfield's been good. But what is this? Is what 13?
That's only because he went to L.A. for 1 year. It wasn't even a full year. You feel me? And then Tom Brady retired. They needed. Listen, they didn't trust in Baker Mayfield. Nobody did because he was in Cleveland. And it's hard to be great in Cleveland. You feel me? Because it's already a mix, and that's why I didn't want Deion's son to go there, and I was like, ugh. You feel me? It was crazy, but you take it for what it's worth, man. Try to figure it out.
I'm sorry that Cleveland, lost the team, due to
greed.
Mr. Modell, not being able to survive in that market.
He owned Modell's
yes.
That was his.
Art Modell was Mr. Modell's. Got to go to Mo's. Absolutely.
That's why it closed down.
Well,
gotta go to Mo.
Gotta go to. He was losing money. He was losing money, and he. I mean, and people don't understand. People are mad that he left in the cover of night, but people don't understand. He went to the NFL and said, "I'm losing money, and I'm not trying to sell, my family inheritance.
Right.
So something's got to give." So basically, he says, you know what? They building me a stadium. You can't stop me from, my team. You can't stop me from this. I own all of this.
Right,
you know what I mean?
I take my team where I want.
I take my team where I want to.
You can do that in the NFL?
You can't do that no more.
Oh, that's crazy.
You can't do that no more.
That's crazy.
You can't do that no more.
Damn.
You can't do that no more.
You bucked up.
I mean, look how many times the Rams have moved around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
L.A. St. Louis. Yeah, back to L.A. Right.
You know what I mean? The Raiders.
Right. Oakland, L.A.
Oakland.
Las
Vegas.
That's a great stadium.
Yeah, listen, that's a beautiful stadium.
And that's a good idea. That's what I said. Once Las Vegas gave out the betting, they stopped holding on.
Right.
I said they're gonna get the sports. This is prime.
This is prime
location for sports. Everything. Super Bowl, WrestleMania. I'm trying to go next year. Can somebody please donate some money to me so I can go to WrestleMania?
I want to go to that UFC on the White House lawn, bro. I ain't lying. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you would.
Why not?
You would.
Why not?
I'm just saying.
Listen, Conor McGregor versus Ruiz. Why not?
I'm good.
Oh man, that's number 3, baby.
I ain't doing nothing.
I want to see that.
I
ain't worried about that. But no, when we get to Thursday, and understand this, guys, and a lot of you have never seen, a banner raising before.
We're tailgating there too.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. CMPRadio.net will be live at tailgating for the first game, man.
There we go.
Exciting.
What time we going down here?
I'll be there. I'll be there at 8. Make sure we get a good spot. Make sure we're right next to where we need to be. Set the car up, set the van up, get everything in there.
Okay,
right?
we about to get this in.
Yeah. We gonna get everything popping, bro.
Yeah, we gonna get this in.
We got to.
What we got going on local around here though? I know
Nafati. It's Nafati's birthday, so Nafati's doing the tailgate.
Nafati is doing the tailgate over at Nerds.
Over at Nerds, right? So we're gonna leave that tailgating and go up and come watch the game with her.
Oh, all right.
At her spot, right?
Okay.
So, you know.
Okay. Well, listen, Chester, you got something to do.
Yeah.
Make sure you hit nerves. Make sure if you can't get down to the stadium, you can stay local. Right. You got a place to go.
I'm sure all the bars, right, are gonna be playing the game.
But you want to go to Nerds.
You definitely want to go to Nerds. You feel me? But if you don't, you can stay in your area.
Listen, that's that shameless plug I put out there, baby. Absolutely. You want to go to Nerds. It's gonna be on all TVs out there, right?
All TVs.
All TVs. So you can't miss anything.
I think it might be. I think it's like legit. I think it's Nafati's birthday as well.
Oh, so basically it's a cash bar with some light appetizers.
Yeah.
So you know she gonna show off, right?
Yeah. As she should.
Yeah, you know she gonna show off.
As she should. I'll be there.
So make sure you show through and show some love. Absolutely, absolutely. But here at cmpradio.net, I just want to say this for Thursday's game coming up. All right. You guys know how I feel about my Philadelphia Eagles, and you know how I feel about those who perpetrate a fraud that talk about against my Eagles, especially those who are on my social media pages that try to come for me, especially with your little corny little memes and your corny little situations and your corny little comments. I want to say this to each and every one of you that are Cowboys fans out there. You are soft as marshmallows.
Ooh.
Softer than marshmallows. I would call you Cowboys, but I'm going to leave it at the Owlboys because you know what's going to happen. You're going to get hit, and all you're going to hear is owl. So I want to take the C off of that, and I want to make sure that you understand that you are the team that I detest the most inside of the NFL.
Yeah.
Absolutely, bro.
Why?
Listen, I want to say this.
Okay, go ahead.
I respect the team history as far as Jimmy Johnson. Mm-hmm. I respect the team history as far as the triplets, Aikman, Irvin, and Emmett. Charles Woodson is a player that I admire.
Absolutely.
I want to say this: Ed Too Tall Jones is a player that I admire.
Right.
Who's the great running back? No, not running back. Tight end. Jay Novacek. Yeah. Jay Novacek.
Witten wasn't bad.
Yeah. Witten was too much. Listen, there's players I like. I understand his skill, but I was not a fan. Jeez, I was so tired of hearing that man's name and hearing him call. But I just want to say to Cowboys, just so you know, you are losing. And for all my Cowboys fans on my page, I can't wait to troll you. I'm looking forward to Friday morning that I know that you're all going to disappear because you already know what's going to happen. You already know what time it is. It's at home. You already lost Micah. Dak don't want to play no more. Kenny Pickens is suspended.
He is?
PEDs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who? The wide receiver?
Yeah.
The guy they just got?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Performance enhancement drugs, bro.
Yeah, he always looked like he on something.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's why Pittsburgh got rid of him.
But see, this is
they always get rid of their crazy wide receivers.
They get rid of their crazy wide receivers, and where they wind up going? To the Cowboys. Because, again, it comes back to Jerry Jones. May he live forever. Yes. May Jerry Jones live forever.
Yes.
May him and his son always make the deals that they make. And I am so happy and proud of that team and the decisions that they make.
I think the son is scared of the dad.
Absolutely. I'd be scared of my dad, too.
Why?
Because he got all his hands on the inheritance. Jerry ain't stupid. He got all the money. Jerry got all the money. He got everything sewn up tight. He got contract under contract under this money contract. Listen, people talk about, oh, he was a genius. No, Jerry got lucky, and everybody's seeing that.
He's a gambler.
Yeah, Jerry got lucky. Right. He got lucky with the Herschel Walker situation. Right. He got lucky. They drafted well for Zeke. Okay? I would not have gotten, I'm going to say this. I'm not saying that Dak Prescott is not a good quarterback. I think Dak was a good quarterback for their system.
Yep.
For their system. Okay? But I guarantee you that the flaws that you see in his game, he would be the same person on any other team. He would. He'd be the same person on any other team.
So what you're saying is you can replace him with Jalen Hurts and we still win the Super Bowl?
Absolutely.
No.
No, because you know why?
No.
Because because you know why? Because because even though that he has great pass accuracy, our defense is the ones that won the games anyway.
When? Last year?
Bro, our defense won a lot of games last year.
Okay.
Our defense won a lot of games last year.
Okay.
Our defense won a lot of games last year.
I hear you.
Our defense.
I hear what you're saying.
I'm trying to tell you.
I hear what
our
you're
defense.
saying.
Listen. Our defense won a lot of games last year.
Right. I'm an Eagles fan. My grandmother was an Eagles fan. I remember sitting down in her house on Sundays, and Sundays she cooked Sunday dinner. Right. But when the Eagles games, throughout the whole season, she always let me get a turkey hoagie from Deacon Stanza. We would walk down to Deacon Stanza.
Right.
Oh, she would drive me down to Deacon Stanza after church, pull up, get my hoagie, go in the house, sit down, watch the game, right? I love my grandma. But one thing she told me about the Eagles is you got to take them with a grain of salt. Like, they can look good today and look terrible tomorrow. So we're going into a new season with new players and new aspects, right? I truly believe that we can win another championship, but I can't see that until I see the product out there, because it's completely different. It's not the same team from last year.
Well, I can say this, and
new players, new scheme, new offensive coordinator, same defense now. Now, if it was the defense last year, it should be the defense this year. So we'll see on Thursday.
This is what I'm saying.
Over under on point scored by the Cowboys.
Cowboys? Mm-hmm. Oh, we're going to win by 14 points. Plus 14.
Plus 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to win by 14 points.
If we don't win by 14?
Field goal. If Dallas, listen, I don't know about Dallas's defense this year, but if it becomes that type,
anything like last year, it's over.
I ain't worried about if it's last year.
And they losing Michael Parsons.
Yeah,
he's gone.
Wasn't worried about. They was trash before Michael Parsons, and they trash. When
Michael Parsons.
Michael Parsons is.
I like him. I don't $188 million like him, but I like him. And that's another thing. All these players getting all this money, man. How we gonna be able to play all these players? How we gonna be able to play Jalen Carter? We gonna have to pay Jalen Carter $200 million.
That's baseball money.
We don't have enough games to make that kind of money.
Are you kidding?
Baseball play 182 games a season. In the same type of arena that football plays. Football plays 18 games a season. That's 10% of the games that you play in baseball, you play for football. And you want me to make the same amount of money?
And do you understand why they are diversifying the TV streams for all of the games for this additional revenue that's going directly to the owners?
Yeah, I mean, the owners are always going to get paid.
Right. So if the owners are always going to get paid,
the players should get paid as well.
The players should get paid as well.
I'm not knocking it, but
here's the thing.
Just hard.
But you got a players association, and you got a collective bargain agreement that only caps certain monies at a certain place.
Jerry Jones wasn't trying to hear that.
No.
I'm not giving you no $188 million.
I
don't know if you're gonna be out here. And
right.
I know what he said. After he said that, I don't know if you're going to be out there.
Right.
Nigger.
Right.
They showed me them pictures back in the day.
Jerry Jones is always a plantation owner, bro. Come on, man.
Bro.
Like, that's what I'm saying about the Cowboys. You didn't see them pictures back in the day when the girl was going to the school and he was there? He was there.
So what was he saying?
Jerry Jones is like,
I was just watching. He wasn't just watching.
No, you was talking, bro.
Right with him.
Like, that's what I keep saying. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. When people sit up here and cry racism in sports when you know it's racism in sports.
It's racism everywhere.
I don't get it where people talk about I was taken advantage of in this sport when you know that you got to register for the combine and they want you to take off your shirt and run around and lift stuff and push stuff and show and flex and show your teeth and get on the scale, like, you know what I mean? You're exhibiting your body, but you're going to talk about this is slavery when you willingly signed the contract to come to an NFL combine to show your body off and your calf muscles and get measured. And, you know, they obviously Jerry talking about penises at combines too. You ain't know about that with Jamie Foxx? Oh yeah, he was talking about how long somebody's member was to Jamie Foxx. And Jamie Foxx, you know, he Cowboys fan. He had to get out of there. He was like, "Oh, Jerry, you know, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I ain't that type of Cowboys fan."
And he had a long slong.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. Look that up, Jamie Foxx, and he was having a conversation with Jamie Foxx about how long this player's John was. Right. And Jamie's like, "Whoa, hold on a second."
I knew he was going to be a great player.
But the thing,
he had a huge penis.
But the thing about it is, they measure that type of stuff, bro. Yeah. Listen. These kids got to know. They can't be shocked. These parents got to let them know. You going to send your kid to these schools? They want to know how long that kid's schlong is, so they get a proper size cup. You ain't know that there's different cup sizes, bro. You think one cup fits all?
No, one cup he don't fit all. I found that out.
No.
Like, who the hell was you?
Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's a 3X.
Listen, you gotta go. You gotta go to Dick's Sports, and you literally gotta stand there with the cup,
right? Try it on
and try it on, man.
I'll take an extra small.
You gotta make sure that joint fits.
I'll take an extra.
Or you gonna get pinched somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't play American football. I actually played European football.
Rugby.
I played soccer.
Soccer.
Yes, sir. I played soccer.
What is it called? The beautiful game?
I was a halfback for John Bartram 1983 and Martin Luther King in 1984, and I lettered at both schools.
Okay.
That was my thing, bro.
Yeah, my dad played soccer. He always wanted me to play soccer.
But listen, it's a beautiful, when you talk about teamwork,
right?
That we played. Listen, I want to say this. Give it up to University City. I couldn't fucking stand University City and West Philly whenever we had to play these motherfuckers,
right?
Because University City was all Vietnamese,
right? So
and West Philly was all African Jamaican,
right?
And when I tell you, when they started talking from the first push, it was over. We did not beat them teams. No. Now I'll tell you that right now. No. We did not.
That's how you
beat
win.
Those teams.
But that's how you win.
Yeah,
you're speaking your language.
We got out there. We didn't get blown out. Right. We played good defense because we knew that it had to be 2-0.
Right.
Okay, you couldn't let them score 3.
Right.
But man, I tell you, when we played against West Philly, forget about it. These Bulls was doing all sorts of stuff. And with the Vietnamese, they were all short.
Right.
So, you know,
right past you.
They sliding through.
Right.
They doing electric slides right past you with that jaw, man. You can forget it. You can forget it.
Yeah, and when the Union came here, you know, I have never gone down there during a soccer game.
Right.
I've never really watched soccer. Right, and that's just because of me, but I said I was going to try to, because they're in first place.
Yeah,
shout out to the Union.
Yeah, shout out to the Philadelphia Union.
Sports show.
Philadelphia Union's been doing this thing. Yeah, we need to do a sports show, bro.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I mean,
listen. I got a guy. I'm gonna call his name out. Nicky Cheverini.
Right.
Nicky Cheverini. This guy, Nicky Cheverini, that I know, is a 100% Philadelphia Union fan that can break it all down. Blah blah blah. I need to get him on the show.
Yeah,
hey, Nicky. Hey, Nicky, if you hear me, I'm coming for you.
Right.
I'm coming for you, Nicky Cheverini.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? Yo, I'm telling you, when the Union first started, I'm talking about, this guy was like, he was on it. Like, I was like, soccer, yeah, I played, He was like, no, Richie, you know, everybody call me Richie. Richie, no, you don't understand. This thing's gonna be hype. And he and his dad, God rest his soul, used to go to the games and everything like that. And like, Nicky's just that guy that that loves this sport. So if you do a sports show, you want somebody that understands the ins and out of something like that. So, hey, Nikki, I'm recruiting you. Trust me, I'm coming.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? I'm coming. But I tell you what, there's nothing like what's going to happen on Thursday. This Thursday is going to be electric. This city is going to be on fire. This region is going to be on fire. Make sure that you're wearing your green out this week. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles and what they're doing as far as their pep squad, as far as getting people excited about this upcoming event, and just the overall atmosphere. When I tell people that when we have a sports team that's winning, we have less crime, we have less instances of assaults, we have less negativity. So this is why I'm here today, hyping up my local team, because we need this positivity more than ever in our area, in our cities, in our regions. Not for nothing. We need positive energy, and if this is the kick that gets us there, then so be it. Then so be it. You know what I mean? But from 2017, we had that feeling.
Yeah, we did.
You know what I mean? We had that feeling.
I was on strike in 2017.
Oh man, 2017.
I didn't watch no football.
I didn't
until the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I didn't listen.
And I was pissed. I didn't watch the whole.
I did not expect us to really go to the Super Bowl. That was I saw it developing, but I was like, I think by week 10 is when I started really seeing that we were going to go. You know what I mean? And for me, it's special.
Carson Wentz got hurt.
Yeah. Once
got hurt, it was over.
It was over. You know what I mean?
That's what a lot of people thought. And then Foles came in, stepped in.
Foles stepped in. He dropped that one game.
Right.
I didn't.
That was against the Cowboys, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
He dropped that one game, and then after that, he was just lights out.
Yeah.
For the rest of the way. And that's how it was. And to be quite honest, that's how it's supposed to be, folks. You couldn't expect, but I think a lot of people didn't understand that we drafted Nick Foles. Nick Foles is already in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? His shoes is already in the Hall of Fame.
Seven touchdowns.
Seven touchdowns. You know what I mean? So he had an attitude for winning.
Right.
He understood the assignment.
Right.
You know what I mean? He left a first round choice, came back as a journey person, understood the assignment, came in, did his job.
Right.
Worked with the coaches. Wasn't in that version. Wasn't say, "Oh, why am I sitting on the bench?" You know what I mean? Blah blah blah.
Because Carson Wentz is better. Carson Wentz was better.
Carson Wentz was better
Till he got his pride hurt.
But as you can see, it's the character thing.
It's always
it's the character thing.
That's going to carry you way further than talent.
Because you're talking about two first round picks. Okay, you're talking about Carson Wentz and Nick Foles.
Nick Foles was the first round pick. I don't know. I know he wasn't a number one.
Right.
No, I don't know where Nick Foles got drafted. I know he came out of Arizona.
So when you're talking about leadership, it's about what you can get out of your stars.
Right.
Okay?
What can they give to your team?
Well, again,
right. What can you get out of that?
Nick Sirianni came in, and I think he brought in structure. And when I say structure, things didn't change week to week. Most players were complaining about how coaches were changing things from week to week, and they really couldn't get into a familiar pattern. I think the first thing that Nick brought was consistency. Even though that people on the outside didn't understand it because we weren't per se winning.
Right.
Okay? But you have to solidify your core first. Okay? So on the outside, yeah, it looks chaotic. On the outside, it looks like you don't know what you're doing. But until you solve the problem internally, you had leadership issues when Nick first got here. Okay? There was people that didn't like Carson Wentz and wanted to elevate Hurts, and then you had to deal with the whole Nick Foles situation, and you know what I mean, how you going to get past that memory of winning the Super Bowl with a backup quarterback, and how the city loved Doug Peterson, because he used to play here, and how people love Nick Foles, and there's a whole There's a whole statue outside with both of these guys outside. So there's a lot of different intangibles that people had to face with, coming into, some type of cohesiveness for a championship run again.
Right.
And I think that what he did is that he solidified the core first. Mm-hmm. I didn't think he understood the external from the fans until he got smacked going down the tunnel.
Right.
Once he got smacked going down the tunnel, he's like, "Oh, that's what you want? Oh, I could be that guy." And he really turned it on. He turned it on to the point where like people start saying, "Oh, you cocky with it." And he's like, "No, this is what you wanted.
Right.
This is what you want to see." He said, "Oh, I am that guy. I was trying to be nice to y'all, but that's what you want to see? I'm gonna be that guy." And I love him for that because he showed himself. He showed that this is the attitude you want? Yes. And guess what? That's the attitude we love. We want that cockiness. We want that person that's going to stand up and say, "We're going to punch you in the mouth." That's Philadelphia. That's Chester. That's, you know what I mean? That's the Delaware Valley. We're not afraid of that type of controversy when it comes to our sports.
No, we're definitely not.
You know what I mean? It's not about, you this guy statistically. No, we ain't trying to hear all of that. Mm-mm. Okay, we already know about the stats. We
punch
know,
him in the mouth.
Yeah, punch him in the mouth, run him over. Okay, truck him. Okay, put him in the dirt. That's what being a Philadelphia Eagle fan is. We are hard-nosed, by the bucket, blue-collar fans. We do not expect any mediocrity. We do not want your excuses. We don't care about how long it's been for a Super Bowl drought. We got them now. Our expectation is, and hold on, I'm going to say this as my expectation. My expectation is we have to take care of our division first. It's not about Super Bowls right now. It's always handle these three teams in our division first. You have to win your division in order to advance in the conference. That's where you show your strength.
So what you think about the other teams in the conference?
I think that we're going to defeat Dallas twice. I think we're going to split the series with Washington, and we're going to defeat the Giants twice.
You sure?
Yep.
What's your overall record?
12-5.
Everybody keeps saying that 12-5. Give me the 5 teams that we're losing to.
Rams.
You got the Rams?
Yeah.
I ain't got that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Who else did I pick?
I ain't got us going 12-5.
Rams, Washington once.
Kansas City?
No.
Okay.
The Bills.
The Bills? We play the Bills this year?
I believe so. I believe we played them.
Oh, we play the AFC West. So that's Kansas City, Oakland, Denver.
We're not losing against Oakland.
Denver.
We're not losing against Oakland.
Who's the other team?
We played the Bills. We played the Bills this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I believe so. If I'm not mistaken. What'd you say? Step one. Hey, sis. 14-3. Okay, baby.
That's what I got.
You got 14-3?
I got 14-3. I got 14-3. Why? Why do I have 14-3? Because I don't have a team. Like, we have balance on our team. We can run or we can throw it over your head. Right? We can just throw it up to AJ. We can throw it up to Devontae. Now we got some other wide receivers. We got that undrafted free agent that's going to come into the mix. There's a bunch of different wrinkles in the offense now that weren't here last year.
Right.
We had questions in those spots last year.
Right.
Now we got players. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Jalen Hurts, he doesn't do nothing but get better every year.
Okay.
Right? A lot of people will say last year was a down year. No, for him, it was understanding what this running back can do. You feel me? I'm going to pass the ball off. Without Jalen Hurts as a quarterback, our running back can't do the same thing because now they're focused on him. They're not worried about the passing, right? So 14-3 is what I got us.
Okay, so
I don't have us losing to the Rams. I don't know what you're thinking about with that. I don't know why it's over for the Rams.
I have us at the Rams.
Their coach will be fired this year.
The Rams.
How about that center we signed?
The Packers.
Yeah. We're gonna lose to the Packers?
Rams, Packers, Bills.
Ew.
Rams, Packers, Bills.
Ew.
Rams, Packers, Bills.
I'm gonna take 2 of them losses away, and it's gonna be the Rams and the Bills. We can lose to the Packers. We can possibly lose to the Packers, but I'll take the Rams and the Bills away, and that give me 14-3.
Yeah, the Rams, Packers, Bills. Washington right now is our biggest threat in the division.
How? With a rookie quarterback?
He's not a rookie anymore.
Okay.
He's not a rookie anymore.
Okay.
He's not a rookie.
Okay.
He's not a rookie anymore. And he showed a very good offensive spark last year.
You know who else showed a good year prior to and came in and had a sucky year? Exactly. Exactly. Shit happens, bro. Shit happens. As a quarterback, man, people know you now. They have tape to study you now.
Right.
And unless you can come up with...
I'm a realistic football fan.
And then add the 49ers XY receiver.
I'm not one of those. See, I'm not one of those guys that's just going to say my team's going to blow you out. I have a level. See, I understand as a Philadelphia fans that I can get my heart broken because nobody, bro, I was at a game where the Eagles were playing the Vikings and was blowing them the hell out. I mean, blowing them out. I left at the beginning of the fourth quarter. They were up by 3 touchdowns, bro.
Who?
The Eagles.
Okay.
Up by 3 touchdowns.
All right.
By the time I got home, they lost. Lost.
Because you left.
I never left a game after that, bro.
I don't.
But I never left a game after that.
I'm not leaving until I'm the last person in the stands.
But I'm saying, like, you know, when you think that you have a game in the bag, as an Eagles fan, I am accustomed to the fact that anything can happen. I don't trust it until I see 0-0-0.
Only because I want some pierogies. Am I going to the Eagles game this year? I didn't know they had pierogies at the Eagles games. I was like, oh yeah, let me get some. Yeah, I love pierogies.
But see that's my thing. Is like where we sit, we could lose one fluke game. We could lose one fluke game. Of course, it's like we can lose one fluke game. But the thing about it is that we have to be competitive in our conference, in our division. And you may drop one AFC game, but you can't drop 2. I think last year what we dropped 2 AFC games.
What was our record last year?
Did we lose to the Bills last year?
No, we ain't lose to the Bills. We ain't play the Bills last year.
Who did we play?
Played the Bills. We beat the Bills. We played the Ravens. We beat the Ravens. We did a sweep of the AFC North. The Browns, the Cincinnati, the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Browns. Who else is in the North? And who else is? And Pittsburgh. Yeah, we swept them. Who did we lose to in the AFC? I ain't got it too tough.
No, we took care of the AFC last year.
Right. Come on, man. We lost games. We lost to Washington late, you feel me? And then early in the season, Tampa Bay and Atlanta, that's the fluke game we should have won.
Right.
You feel me? But
yeah, the Atlanta game.
Yeah.
Again, that's conference.
Other than that, we was good. We was golden. Feel me? Like, so you got 12-5, bro. Don't disrespect us like that. I got 14-3.
You got 14-3?
Yeah.
You and my sister got 14-3?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 12-5.
I wanna go into Kansas City. So we're going down to Tampa Bay. Going to the not so much to go to the Eagles game, but just to, go down there and be a part of that celebration and stuff like that.
Is that because
those tickets are expensive?
Is that for our boy Polo?
Shout out to Polo. He said he's going. He said he was going last year.
Yeah. He already broadcasted this stuff.
He got to show me the air ticket and the game ticket.
He already put it up there. He talking mad stuff, Mr. Polo.
That's what he do.
You know what I mean? Mad.
We are not losing.
We're not losing. Listen, we're not losing in Raymond James Stadium. We're not losing there, brother.
We have the last 4 years. We have.
Yeah, look, Washington did look better. Since Washington did look better last year and then crashed, I mean, you know, I think that what happened was that they gave us poster board material when they talking about when they said that they were going to key in on Jalen Hurts and take him out of the game. That was a deciding factor. That game was already over.
I mean, once you key in on somebody,
especially the leader,
but you have so many different leaders on the team,
right?
Jalen Hurts is the attitudinal leader, right? He just wants you to remain calm. Let's get the job done.
Right.
Let's not get too hype.
Right.
Let's not get too low. Let's get it done. Right. Yep. Stay focused. Right.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Everything else is wild and crazy. You feel me? That's why.
Love you, sis. I know where you at. You down 69th Street. Shout out to Recovery Barbarians, my sister Paula Ann Sabatino, and all of the guys down there that's doing recovery work down 69th Street. Love you, sis.
Yeah, but that's what they do, bro. Like and AJ Brown that's why he had his book, because he had to calm down, he had to relax, because he was getting an attitude. You feel me? Because the ball wasn't coming to him,
right? But
he had to learn that this is we got a special person back here,
right? The
things that Saquon Barkley was able to do last year, bro.
It took a lot of pressure off of Jalen.
A whole lot.
It took a lot of pressure off of the offensive line.
A whole lot.
It took a lot of pressure off of our tight ends, who we relied on so much, and that's what a run game does. You can expect a heavy dose of Saquon coming into Thursday.
It's not too heavy.
You can expect
I don't need a heavy dose. What I need is a nice balance. I don't need you to go 90% run and 10% pass, right?
Right.
Then we're predictable, right?
Right.
But balance. I don't want you to come out in the first 3 plays or pass plays.
Right.
Right? I want some pass, run, maybe run again.
Run again.
Maybe pass, run, or pass, run, pass, or pass, run. You feel me? Right. However, but mix it up.
Right.
You feel me? Keep them on their toes, bro.
Right.
Like, you got to, man. Like, so I hope Nick Sirianni and the new offensive coordinator, don't know his name, but we'll learn his name throughout the season, right? I hope he has a nice game plan for us, man. Because if he doesn't, it's off with his head. And
well,
go out there and find
again, you're going to hear it, and this is for any NFL coaches that come to Philadelphia. You have to understand what our standards are as NFL fans and people for this team. We have an expectation that you come in, and we're not asking you to win championships. That's not what we're asking for. We're asking for you to do your very best to put us in positions so that way through the team we can win championships. That way we can support a winning product. Okay, and not just be fanatical like a lot of other fans are with their teams. We're not fanatics. Okay, we are people that are heavily invested in a product that defines us as a city, as a state, as a region, as an area, as a county.
Isn't that the definition of a fanatic?
No, that's not being fanatical. Fanatical is when you have these unrealistic expectations of an individual or a product that doesn't meet its own expectations, called like the Dallas Cowboys.
So we were never fanatical about the Eagles?
Who, us?
Yeah.
No, we were
unrealistic expectations.
We didn't have we wanted. What did we want? We wanted them to put a bona fide product on the field so we could cheer it to victory.
Yeah, that was having a wide receiver to go with Donovan McNabb.
Right, that was having a wide receiver. That was us being realistic about the sport, saying, hey, we don't have a quarterback in order to throw the mic quick. Okay? We don't have, you know what I mean? We don't have this type of person to run the ball. And we've been historically a running team. We talked about what we needed in order to win. This new age Eagles fans, after I call them the after Donovan McNabb era, where they just football, fly Eagles, fly, da, 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 da. Those are fanatics because they don't understand the history. They don't understand the sacrifice that was made for the foundation of this sports fanship. A lot of people call into these sports sections, blah, 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 and they want to tear it apart. They want to tear apart the player. Well, I don't like the way that they did. That's not football.
That's not.
Okay? It's about understanding the positions that ownership, coaches, players, and the fan base are all tied in together to have a winning attitude, to have a perception of a winning attitude, and to drive each and every component to championship attitudes. We know people got the skills. Right. We know these guys got the skills. Right. We had plenty of skilled people in here in Philadelphia. We had a lot of bad personalities too.
Yes, we have.
Okay? We had a lot of people that, like the story of Reggie White.
Right.
Okay? Reggie White, if he was treated right, would have stayed.
Absolutely.
But he was not treated right.
No, he wasn't.
And he had to make a decision not only for himself and his career, but for his family.
And when you had to make that decision,
and he had to make that decision. And this is why Philadelphia still loved him. Michael Vick.
Right.
Michael Vick redeemed himself in the eyes of a lot of people. And I know a lot of people still hold on to the dog stuff, blah, blah, blah.
It's his
dogs. The third. Listen.
His dogs. He bought.
Listen, I'm going to say this.
How can you be so upset at somebody for doing something to his dog?
I'm going to say this, bro.
Were you okay with people hanging and human beings being beat?
I'm going to say this, bro. Yes. Crazy. For the things that he did, he paid his debt to society. He went to jail. He paid the fines and everything like that. But he also took the heat for a lot of people that was doing a lot of stuff that should have went to jail themselves.
Absolutely.
Okay. Absolutely. And the fact of the matter is that you know that dog fighting is a lucrative business down in certain areas where he lived, and there's a couple good old boys down there that you know that are in law enforcement that do the same damn thing too. Okay. So let's not sit up here and everybody sit up here and act like, oh, it's a yes. Let me tell you something. Dog fighting is a horrible thing. But guess what? Just like slavery and prostitution, it's been a common practice since the beginning of time.
Yes, it has.
Okay? Since the beginning of time.
Don't fight
and
your
I feel
dog.
as though that
kiss your dog. Kiss your mouth.
That Michael Vick did what most athletes would not have done. He stood up and took accountability for it. He did not shy away from it. He accepted the sentence. He completed his sentence. When he came out, he had therapy. He had managers. He had people surrounding him to keep him from falling down.
Yes, he did.
And the success that he enjoyed here in Philadelphia was because of his contrition and his firm belief in getting a second chance.
Come on.
And that was endorsed by Philadelphia greats. Tony Dungy, Herm Edwards, all of these men vouch for his character.
Right.
So when I hear people, it's a shame what he did to the dogs.
It's a shame what y'all did to
It's a shame. It's a shame that we live in a society that allowed this to happen.
Right.
And that other human beings have gotten away with it for years. And no, he did not. But unlike a lot of people who were caught in trunks of cars after murdering people or being accessory to murders, this man came back, redeemed himself in the eyes of the world so that now he can still provide for his family, that he can be a head coach for a college team and play against his former teammate and friend in a classic game where you have two successful young black coaches that are running two great programs for two beautiful schools. And when I say great, when I say great, listen, when I say great, when I say great, it's because if you bring in a Hall of Famer / superstar to your staff, that means that you have something to offer that person to come there that they're excited about improving. So that means that the campus might be great. That means that the scholastics might be great. That means the student body might be great.
Campus is always great at HBCU.
Right. So here's my thing. Great. If the sport ain't great, that means that's the problem you are coming to fix.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But everything else about the school is great.
Did you see they?
Okay.
Did you see they got? You see they got beat.
They got what?
Norfolk Folk State. You see they got beat. And I think they got beat by the. No, they ain't get beat by now. But anyway, Yeah.
Losing Bill's character. I don't know anybody else that understands that.
That's about all it can, Bill.
I mean, you
character.
Yeah, you listen. You
just learn to do a better job.
You got to learn to do a better job. That's all. Now listen. Again, this is CMP Radio, cmpradio.net,
yes.
the voice of Chester.
Yes.
This is the wonderful world of Rich Blye.
Yes.
We are playing the Eagles on.
We're playing the Cowboys.
We are playing the Cowboys, Eagles versus Cowboys on Thursday. Mm-hmm. Game time starts at 8 o'clock.
I was gonna say, you just going to trade yourself like that? You're playing the Eagles? Now you're a Cowboys fan?
But here's one thing that I want to leave you guys with, okay? It's not how we start this season, it's how we finish it. It's not the initial executions of the first half, it's how we finish the second quarters of games, the third quarters of games, the fourth quarters of games. You're going to see a lot of rust. You're going to see a lot of people may not act in sync. Give it some time. Let this develop. Let's not be overly critical of our stars. If they make a mistake, a miscue, something happens, it is game one. Let's be very optimistic when it comes to our team. Let's treat our team with the certain level of respect of the champions that they've become. And remember, guys, it's always fuck the Cowboys. Okay? Every day, all day. In the words of Brandon Graham, it's always like that, all day. You know what time it is. CMP Radio, cmpradio.net, the voice of Chester, signing off now. The wonderful world of Rich Blye. We'll see you next week.